Okay, we're going to get started. I'm going to just have my mask down so you can hear me more clearly. Plus, I start hyperventilating from talking so with a mask on. So, but I'll stay far away from everyone. Welcome. It's very nice to see everybody in person. Haven't had an in-person meeting in quite some time, so I felt like it was really important that we get back to these meetings in person and give everybody an opportunity to ask questions and just kind of get updated on what we're doing here at Abbey Del Rey South. I wanted to start first with a little bit of a reintroduction or introduction to our sales team. We have quite a few new members, so I'm going to bring them all up right now. Come on.
We're very shy people.
Candy, you're not new, but we're going to reintroduce you. And you know what? I'm going to give you guys a mic. Just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about your background and how long you've been here so far.
Sure, I'm Richard Thomas. I've been lucky enough to meet quite a few of you. I'm really looking forward to the community opening up enough so I can meet everyone. I've been here since July. I have been in the industry here in Palm Beach County for over 16 years. So I'm very well versed in senior living, and I truly have loved everything so far about Abbey Del Rey South and Abbey Del Rey, and some fantastic people that I have met here. So everyone I know so far.
Thank you, Richard.
Could you take off the mask while
Yes, so you guys can see me. So, and this is where the people that have been talking to me for 6 months go, he has a beard.
Hi everyone, my name is Noelle Villanueva. I've been with the company since January. I came over with Chantel. We both worked at Palmair in the rental space. I live in Boca with my husband and my 2 children. And I've met a few of you so far, and I hope to meet more. And I really love working here, and the people really set this place apart. So thank you for having me.
Hi, I'm Candy Cogswell. I've worked here now 4 years, and I've met most of the residents, I believe, here, and I absolutely love Abbey Del Rey South.
And what do you do here?
I am the moving coordinator.
So most everybody has met Candy. Is there anyone that has not met Candy? No, I didn't think so. Anna, come on up.
Hi.
You're going to use that mic. We have our newest sales team member, Anna Figueroa. She just started. Anna, you started what, 2 weeks ago?
This is my second week.
Second week. Okay. Just talk a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi everyone. I'm glad to get an opportunity to see you all. My name is Anna, and I just started here. I'm in sales. So.
What about 2 weeks?
Just about 2 weeks. And I'm excited to get to learn more about you so I could assist in any areas possible.
Thank you. So I wanted everybody to see this lovely group here, and you know, if you see them walking and touring with a prospect, you stop and say hello, you know, and it's just really nice to get that warm feeling when we're bringing a new prospective resident to the community. So here is our dream team, I call them, our sales team. Thank you. Thanks, guys. And now they have to get back to work. They got to sell.
We've got calls to make.
Get on the phone. There's like a few more of our team that could not be here because they're working, which is okay with me. Chantel Sinclair is our new area sales director. So she's over Abbey Del Rey and Abbey Del Rey South. She oversees both communities, the sales department, the sales operations, as well as she's a selling director herself. So she's very busy managing quite a few things. She will be over here later this afternoon, but she couldn't make it this morning. That's Anna, Noelle, and Norris Petty. Many of you might know Norris. He's been with us for quite a few years. He's primarily over at Abbey Del Rey, but he cross sells and he's over here quite a bit too. So Norris has been around quite a long time with our company, and he's an excellent sales counselor, very successful. Actually, I think about 2 years ago, he was the top sales counselor in the entire enterprise. So we're lucky to have him. Danielle Hubert, she's our sales assistant. She goes back and forth between the two communities. She helps with planning all our events. She does a beautiful job, and she might be the one that reaches out to you if you would like to help us in any of our events or talk to any of our prospective residents. She would be the one that would probably reach out and schedule that. The other pictures are Candy and Richard. They were here. Any questions about the sales team? I have to, oh yes,
I didn't catch their names.
their names.
Names.
Okay, so we have Richard, counselor. Candy Cogswell is our move-in coordinator. Danielle Hubert is our sales assistant. Norris Petty is our sales counselor. Noelle Villanueva. Does anybody recognize that last name? Does that sound familiar? Her husband is Steve Villanueva, the weatherman on NBC, the local NBC station. So if you guys ever watch that newscast, he's usually on the weekends. Anna, she's a sales counselor, and then Chantel is the director. Okay? Got it? Okay. So any questions about the sales team or any comments, concerns, accolades? I will say they're a wonderful group. This is the most dynamic group of sales professionals that I've ever worked with. And we are expecting some very exciting big things this year. So we're in good hands. Yes, Mr. Perlman?
Could you put the names in the advocate, please?
Yes, we can. We can put the names in the advocate. Teresa, she's taking notes for me. Okay, Conviva Clinic. Sonia Diaz, who's a nurse practitioner who works in the clinic on Thursdays, she was supposed to be here just to introduce herself and meet everybody. She got tied up, so I'm just going to mention some exciting news about our clinic. Any residents that were not able to get the vaccine will be able to get it through our clinic. They will be getting the Johnson & Johnson one shot. So most everybody did get vaccinated with us during our clinics, but that's one nice perk that Conviva is going to be offering to us. So we will be able to offer some vaccines moving forward through that clinic. So Sonia was going to talk about that. Hopefully I'll get her to give me some more details, and then I'll put it out in my next letter to you all. Projects. Has everybody seen the pool project? It's definitely underway. It's hard to tell what's happening, but we are definitely pretty far along with the whole project. We will be, I think I mentioned in past meetings, we will be resurfacing the patio with a beautiful travertine marble. It's going to be beautiful. It's not slippery. It's porous. It absorbs water, and it's much more modern looking. We also are resurfacing the pool. We have we're painting a line down the middle, so we have lanes. We're doing new tile. We're working on, if any of you have been to the pool, you would notice that the coping along the edge of the pool is kind of high. So when you try to get into the pool, you kind of have to step up and then step down to get to the first step when you're walking in. We're going to try to remove some of that coping so we have a kind of a flush step to walk into the pool. It'll be a lot safer. So we're working with the contractor and the city of Delray to get that approved, so we can have a little bit of an easier entrance into the pool. But it's going to be beautiful. We're very excited about it. More to come. We have a couple more months to go, but we're looking, hopefully the next 2 months we'll have it completed. I also wanted to talk about our garden homes. Whoops. This is a rendering. Don't look at the color because it's not going to be that color. But we're going to be doing 3 garden homes where we kind of update the exterior a little bit, kind of bring it into a little more modern look. And we're going to be opening up the floor plan. So it will be an open floor plan for the garden homes. We're going to do garden home 2, 3, and 4, see how it goes. And then we'll be continuing. It's going to be an ongoing project. When we get vacant garden homes, we'll remodel them in this fashion. This is inside when you're walking in. I don't know if many of you have seen the garden homes, if you don't live in them, obviously. But it's kind of, there's a wall that's usually right where that half wall is, And we decided it would be nice to open it up and have a more open feeling. You can see the kitchen. There's usually a wall that covers that kitchen area. That will be coming down as well. And this is another, oops, wrong direction. This is inside looking at the front door. So it'll be more of an open concept. We've gotten some feedback that this is what people are looking for. So we wanted to do some updating of the floor plan and see how it goes. Any questions? Okay, we're just, trying to keep things moving forward, and I think this is a good opportunity for us to do that. Health center. The health center plans will start in early summer, June, July. We will be phasing this project. So the first phase will consist of making all of the rooms on the Cypress hallway, which is the rehab hallway, we consider it, all private. Every room will have a private shower, private bathroom. We are going to be remodeling the lobby, the nurses station area on the Cypress wing, the dining room. We're going to be taking the current activity leisure center and making that the gym. So that's where all the physical therapy and the therapies will take place. It's a much bigger area. And then we're going to relocate the current activity area down to where the gym is now. So it'll be at the other end where Ashland and Banyan are. That's where the activity room will be, and it will be expanded. So it's kind of got a couple walls in there now. Those will come down, so it's one large space. And then phase 2 of our renovations will include the Ashland and Banyan hallways. It was just too much to do everything at one time because obviously we have to have people in the health center. During construction it can be very complicated. So we're doing it in phases. Does anybody have any questions about the health center? Okay. Exterior corridors, that's another project we're going to be starting this summer. Hopefully, there's still a lot of work to be done architecturally, but basically we're going to be taking our exterior hallways and enclosing them. And that means enclosing them, air conditioning them, carpeting, the walls will be smooth. It will not look like we just took open hallways and put windows up. We will be adding windows, so there will be natural light, but it will be completely air conditioned and they will be obviously free from the elements. We will not have rain anymore, intruding anymore, and the water buildup that we have. It's been very dangerous. So we're looking at this for safety purposes, but also to update the building as well. Does anybody have questions about that? Yes?
Who will clean the windows?
That will be my staff's responsibility, cleaning the windows.
To the windows on top.
Well, if it's something they can't reach, then we'll have a window company come, a professional company to clean the windows. We do that now for the hard to reach windows. Any other questions? Does this sound like a good idea to you all?
Yes.
Okay. That's good. I'd like to hear that. Yes.
You say you're closing the outdoor corridors. You're putting concrete wall blocks.
What we're doing is we're putting windows where the openings are, and then the concrete block look will be covered with a surface that's smooth. So you won't see those concrete blocks kind of the way you see them now. It'll be smooth. And of course lighting and everything, that we need to make them really comfortable indoor hallways. So as soon as I get some actual renderings, I will share them with you all. They really are still, it's a huge undertaking to figure out how to do this for the entire building, not to mention how to manage it when people are living in the building. So it's going to be, it's going to take some time to really plan this out appropriately. I've been through many renovations at Harbor's Edge, multiple renovations, so I understand it's very difficult, but I promise you we will get through this. Yes?
Will you be doing something with the doors facing the outdoor corridors?
The doors to the apartments?
Yes.
We don't have a plan to change the doors, but that certainly can be something that we look at, absolutely. Again, this is a phased project. So as things come up that we need to address, we will add them onto the project. It's also going to include full painting of the entire building, front and back. So the building will be painted after the project's completed as well. I don't know how much I don't want to change the colors too much because I think that they represent the community very well, but we will be updating the colors and doing a full paint job. And the back of the building, as many of you know, hasn't been painted in a long time, so it really needs it. But that will be part of our phases of our project. Any other questions? Yes, Mr. Perlman.
We're going to the health center.
Mm-hmm.
Cypress will become all private rooms.
Correct.
There will be private rooms for short-term
Correct.
treatment, and
Yes.
then what about long-term permanent residence for private rooms?
So again, it's phase. So this is the first phase. The second phase will be the Ashley and Banyan hallways, and we will be remodeling those rooms as well. We can't make it 100% private rooms, but we will make there'll be a lot more private rooms on those 2 hallways than we have now, for sure. I don't have the exact figure, but we are lessening our total number of beds so that we can allow to do this with the private rooms. Yes.
How are you planning to handle people who need memory care but do not need to go to Abbey North? Right now it's a mixture on one of the corridors, and is there going to be some reconstruction, let's put it that way, to make it more suitable for memory care?
So we've talked about the Ashley hallway as being maybe somewhere where we would focus more of the memory care type residents in that section. We still do have the opportunity with the brand new memory care unit over at Abbey Del Rey. So we have actually transitioned some of our residents over there that we felt were no longer safe in the health center. The health center is not a locked unit. So if we have someone that is very physically able to get around, they could potentially get out of the unit, which would be very dangerous. So we have to kind of manage that and watch the people that are in there. And if there's anybody it's a dangerous situation, we would transfer them over to the memory care. And then as the decline, as naturally would happen, they would be able to come back to our healthcare center for further care. That's the plan. Every situation is different though. So we look at each situation on its own merit and depending on what's going on with that resident to make that decision. Yes?
As you transfer memory care,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a spouse living here, how will they get to visit them?
We would bring you over.
You would?
Yeah, absolutely.
Without charge?
Without charge. Without charge. Yes. We would be happy to drive you over. We'd make a schedule or whatever works, and we would bring you over. Did you have another question, Mr. Perlman?
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else before we move on? Alrighty. Oops, I'm going the wrong direction. I'm always the wrong direction. Whoops, there we go. COVID update. Well, the good news is 98% of our residents have been vaccinated. So I think that's quite an accomplishment. There were very few that did not get the vaccination, and that they had their own reasoning as to why, but we're at 98%, which I think is pretty amazing. So we're looking at opening up the community carefully and slowly, but opening up the community starting in April. We're going to be welcoming guests in the community. We will be opening up the dining venues for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The activities, transportation will resume full schedule. We will follow the LifeSpace policies and the CDC guidelines and policies. We will still be wearing masks for some time. That is not going to go away. I'm sure most of you have heard my message last week. We had some residents that were trying to not wear their mask during the exercise class. That can't happen. Everybody has to wear their mask when they're in a group. There's just no way around that, and until the CDC changes their stance on that, we're going to continue to follow that guideline. We will continue to have our happy hours and the entertainment outside because we feel like people really enjoy that and enjoy being outside for the entertainment. So that's going to still continue. So anybody that's maybe not comfortable coming inside for some kind of an activity or event, we'll be able to enjoy the outside entertainment, which I think is gone over really well. Probably in the next 2 weeks, I will have policies coming from LifeSpace based on CDC guidelines, and I will be sharing them with everybody so you know exactly what the expectations are. I know Christian, I think he put a message out about the dining room. We talked about that. So the dining room is really a big deal for us, and we really want to get that back running safely. Does anybody have questions about that? Go ahead.
Well, I think, I'm pretty new here. We've been here a year, but it closed down when we got here, so I feel like I'm pretty new still. It's very hard to get a reservation in the dining room. You're not taking many people. Is it possible you could open another room up?
Yes,
Give us more tables?
it is. And we also,
And also, is it possible you could open maybe for lunch?
we will open for lunch. Yes, in April, we will
Not
open.
until then.
Not until then, because I'm waiting for the 2 week, we just had Friday, had our last round of vaccination. So I want to give that 2 weeks
Okay.
before we open up fully. But yes, we will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We also had talked about having the tables for people only, and we made some changes, and I think we're going to go to 6 people. So there will be some tables that can accommodate 6.
Does that mean you will take more people in the room?
We'll be able to take more people in the room.
But not until the middle of April?
Middle of April is when we'll start. And I will tell you too, we are going to not have visitors in the dining room yet. Eventually we will, but we want to make sure we have enough space for residents before we open it up to having outside guests. Yes.
Another thing about phoning in, apparently, it said it opens at 9, but people have been calling before 9, and you call at 9 and they're filled up.
Okay, that's something that Christian and I have been talking about.
There's some sort of, I don't know whether you need a lottery, or a lot of people are being turned away for dinner.
Okay. Okay, we're talking about actually getting another phone line, so we have 2 phone lines so we can accommodate more people, and it'll be a first come, first serve, but we will be able to manage that a little better. I was concerned about that, even though we have the limited dining right now, it's a problem. So we are working through that.
And you talked about also opening up the patio.
Yes, that's very exciting. We're working with the foundation, and we are going to have outside dining, and it's going to be lovely with nice new tables and chairs and some beautiful shade, sails, lighting, music, the whole 9 yards. So we're working on that. More to come. It's kind of a surprise. So, yes, Sue.
Are we going to continue having to do reservations, or is that going to go by the wayside?
Eventually, that will go away as well. When we're fully open, we won't need to do the reservations for all meals. So yes, Mrs. Dubrow, did you?
I was gonna ask the same question.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just trying to be careful that we don't get too crazy right out of the gate. We want to make sure that we are methodical and that we are making these plans, really thoughtfully so that we don't have any issues. Like I said, most of our residents have been vaccinated, so we should be fine, but you just don't know. There's just not enough information out there for long-term studies to be able to just completely open up. Yes?
If you've not been vaccinated, you'll be able to come down to.
You will at your own risk, because really the people that are not vaccinated are the ones that should be concerned, but that would be up to the people. I will tell you that the majority of the people that were not vaccinated do not come out of their apartments. They're mostly have health issues and they stay pretty much in their apartments. Yes?
Will they eventually open the dining room for breakfast?
Yes, in April it will be open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Absolutely. We won't have a buffet. That's where we're not going to go back to a buffet, but they will prepare whatever meal, breakfast you would like in the kitchen and serve it. Any other questions? Yes?
Sore subject, are we going to have a salad bar?
No. We're going to make lovely salads and send that to you. Bring that out to you, but we're not going to have a salad bar. Yes?
If you want takeout, how does that work?
If you want takeout, you would do the same thing. You just call, give your order, and then they'll have it ready for you, and you can come pick that up. The takeout will continue. Once we have the dining room fully open, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we will not be doing the delivery. that will stop, because we'll need those team members to obviously be working in the dining room. Yes?
So if you're an elderly person that doesn't have an aide, because you kind of on your own, but you don't want to get downstairs, you have to find somewhere to get downstairs, or is there someone to handle her?
Well, I guess the question is how we do it before. Because we didn't have service, you know, we didn't bring it to delivery. I think they did delivery just minimal based on a medical condition. That was that. But we won't have the amount of staff to be able to bring, you know, lots of the meals up. So we'll have to take that on a case-by-case basis. Any other questions? Are you all excited that things are getting better? And that we're going to be opening up a little bit and having a little more normal lifestyle? I'm very excited about it. Yes? Sue.
I think everyone should give an applause to the fact that we wouldn't be eating out of plastic containers anymore.
I agree. I'm sure each and every one of you are overeating out of a plastic container. It's gotten old here for, you know, we did it in the past for a hurricane, maybe a couple days, and, you know, everyone was fine with it, but this has been over a year now, so we really need to get back to as much normalcy as we can. And I will tell you, the board of directors at LifeSpace is very supportive of us getting back to normal as much as we can. They really want our communities to open up, and we're on par with the other sister communities locally, so we're all kind of doing the same thing. Yes?
What about volunteers?
Volunteers in the health center. We are working on that because we would love to get we need the volunteers back in the health center. It's really, really, it's been a big loss for the residents over there not to have our volunteers. So that's something that we will be absolutely getting back to in the next couple of weeks as well. Yes? Yes?
Double checking, will people be allowed in from the outside, you know, come through the
Like,
security gate
Visitors to the community?
from the community?
Yes. In April, we will be allowing visitors, yes, visitation. Mm-hmm. In the health center already has some visitors. There's special guidelines they have to go through, but you know, for the independent living, yes, you will be able to have visitors in. It's better if they've been vaccinated, but we'll do our best. We'll still screen. We'll still take temperatures at the gate. That's going to continue for some time as well. Yes.
A year ago, there were plans to transition to a different kind of meal plan that some life-space communities were already following, so that we would be charged according to what we ordered and what we ate. Is that still?
Yes, it is. So the Flex Dining Program, that's called, we do have plans to offer that. It's an either or. You can do Flex Dining or keep the traditional dining. Probably more towards the end of the year, because we have to do some planning and we have to actually get a new computer system to support that. But yes, they're talking about doing a flex dining plan where you are given an allotment of money per month, and you can spend it as you want. You can have a sandwich, you can come for 3 meals, whatever, however you want to do it, you'll be able to do that. We have to work with our menu and make some changes and have some more options on there. We have to utilize the bistro a little bit differently so we can have some more grab and go type options. So that is all coming. We are first working on getting the dining room open, and then we will work towards the additional dining plan. That is your choice. You can join it and do that if you like. If you want to keep traditional, you can do that as well. Yes, that is on the plan for this year. Yes?
Sorry. I want to go back to the projects.
Yes.
What are the plans for upgrading things inside? For example, new chairs for the auditorium, new furniture for the the breezeway.
Yes.
Chairs that we can actually sit on.
Yes.
Not those big, deep things.
Yes.
We need all this stuff urgently. As does the swimming pool, if you are expanding the swimming pool, it is a wonderful place for socializing outside. We would need more than the space that's there now. It's extremely limited with 2 or 3 tables there in the olden days. They're not even there anymore. But are you planning on having things like that, places to sit where we can meet?
Yes.
There's very little sitting area outside.
Right, exactly. So the question is, what are we doing with some of the interior, some of the sitting areas. The pool has, actually the deck of the pool has been expanded, will be expanded as part of the project. I'm taking it all the way out almost to the back near the shuffleboard area. So we're gonna take a few trees out so that we can do that and have some expanded sitting areas. We're gonna have new furniture at the pool, of course. We are going to replace the furniture in the sitting area out here, so that will be coming along. And of course, these chairs are my nightmare. I hate these chairs. I know you are sick of seeing them. We actually were on a trajectory to get new chairs before COVID started, but we will pick that back up and we will get some brand new chairs for the auditorium.
This is in the budget, right?
Yes, yes. If not, I'll make it in the budget. No, we need to do it. It's very important, and you know, we just need to get busy. And now that COVID's, you know, kind of things are slowing down, there's more time to do more of the things I like to do, which is make this place beautiful. So yes.
And making this place more beautiful, are we gonna do anything more about the grass and stuff for the?
They're working on it as we speak. Lee's out there with them. We have some areas that sprinklers were not working properly. So we have a plan. We're replacing the sprinklers that weren't working, and those brownish patches will be taken care of. Absolutely. Yes.
A long time ago, a project to change the lighting in the interior halls
Yes.
was begun, and it was only partially begun. My hall is still very dark.
That's a plan as well. We are going to be replacing those lights in the interior hallways with LED lights. We've done it on some hallways, but we haven't gotten through everything yet, so we're working on that. That's absolutely part of the plan as well. Yes?
Some of the walkways, when you walk in the back, it's beautiful, the grounds, but the cement on the walkways needs to be done. Some is cracked, some is ripped up.
We'll address all of that, absolutely, the hallways when we do our project. We did have an issue with our floor scrubber. It was broken for over 2 months.
This is outside,
Oh, outside, you're talking about sidewalks.
sidewalks, right?
Okay, yes, we wanted to first get the garden home driveways done and see how that company did, and now we're gonna do the walking pathways, and there's parts of the road too that we have to address.
Also the scrubbers,
The scrubbers are back in action, they were not working.
okay.
Yes,
Where in the plan the paving of the roadways, aside from the going to the garden homes, like in the north parking lot, is that for 21, 22, 23?
I'm gonna see if I can fit it in for this year. It may have to go to next year. When I do my capital budget, I would include it in that, but I think I might have some room to do it for this year. And we liked the paving lady was the company that we just used, and we liked them very much. They did a great job. If you noticed, the garden homes were done in a couple days. It was supposed to be a week. So we would definitely want to utilize them again. So it's good to have a company that we know does a good job. So yes. Trust me, if I could get it all done like this, I would snap my fingers and they would all be taken care of. It's just a process. Everything is a process. But I promise you we will continue moving forward with all of these items. Yes?
When will the swimming pool be open here?
The swimming pool, we're looking at maybe another 2 months. There's still some things that they have to, the holdup really is the inspections from the city. It's very difficult to get them to come out, and the one gentleman who we were working with unfortunately passed away, so they have to hire a new person, so it's not moving as quickly as we'd like, but it's something that we just don't have control over. But I am pushing them and meeting with them because I definitely want to get the pool finished as soon as possible. Any other questions? Yes, Sue?
What about the statue?
I'm not going to talk about the statues here in this venue, but I will be taking care of any issues that we have with the statues. Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Well, that's all I have for you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yes, Mr. Perlman.
You have a master plan update. Was this the master?
This was the master plan update. Yeah.
I have one other question.
Okay.
About the maintenance department.
Yes.
They, when you need some sort of maintenance, they're pretty good about it. They say they'll send somebody. They don't give you any idea when they're coming. So maybe you're not home. is that, maybe if you had a secretary or receptionist in there who returned calls, first of all, so you know they got your message.
I agree, that's definitely, I'm aware that's a concern.
It would run the apartment much more efficiently.
Absolutely. It's in the works. That's what I'll say with that. Yes?
I don't know if this is the time, but I think that people who drive golf carts have to be reminded that when they're driving down the path, and if there were people along the path, they have to get completely off that path. I know the people who work here do that, but sometimes the people who drive golf carts don't get completely off and go on the grass.
Okay, we'll have to remind people of that, absolutely. That's a safety concern for sure. Anything else? Okay. Well, thank you all very much for coming. I appreciate you all being here. Have a wonderful afternoon. Thank you.